Okay. Well, Penny, what's going on over there in LA with the fires? I mean, I'm over here on the East Coast and we're hearing all kinds of wild stories, from the water shortage situation to uh, the fire is spreading or it's not contained, and today is Sunday, the 12th of January. So how long has this been going on? About a week or two now?
What day was that? I think it was Tuesday or something. I forgot what day it was. It's kind of a blur now. But basically, we were expecting high winds, and we pretty much knew. And they said it would be extremely high winds. We didn't realize it would be 100 miles per hour, right? So basically, what happens when you have strong winds like that, it knocks over the electricity towers and things like that, and that causes a fire.
Yeah, we're familiar with those kinds of
Yeah.
winds. Those are hurricane force winds.
Yeah, I guess so. We've never had anything like this before, and basically we were unprepared, and I guess we really didn't know what to do. Some places turn off the power to avoid that kind of fire, but then you're without power, which has a whole other set of problems, right? But anyway, so that started fires, and then with the winds being so strong, it blew embers everywhere, like
Uh,
spread so fast. I mean, there was no way you could keep up. No amount of water could keep up with any of that.
does anybody have an idea where it started and what it was that started it?
It had to be a down power line, and just down power lines will spark, and they cause
So,
fires.
so the wind caused the down power line, which caused the spark,
Right.
and then it went from there.
Right. Because right now we're kind of in the dry season. So the chances of a wildfire are, on the high side, right? So that's, I'm sure, is what happened. There's no one that intentionally set a fire. I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
Oh yeah, nature. Sometimes it's just
It just
nature.
happens, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's us having an electrical power line, right? That
Yeah, in this case, you're right. You're right.
so, it's first world problems, right? So it spread incredibly quick. People left their house still in their pajamas to
Oh,
yeah, awful. I mean, they lost literally everything, and all they had was, the clothes on their back, maybe some papers or valuables. It's very, very devastating. And the size, just to give you an example, the size of Manhattan Island, right?
yeah.
So the area burned in Pacific Palisades was greater than that, was bigger than
Wow.
that. Yeah, just
Greater than
just
the size of
Pacific Palisades.
Manhattan.
Yeah, just in Pacific Palisades.
That's a huge area.
Huge, yeah, and literally everything is wiped out because, like I said, you cannot keep up with a fire like that. You can have all the water in the world. One person, or like, all these firefighters cannot keep up with all of that, you know.
How will it eventually die out, you think?
So the winds have to die down. The
Okay.
planes couldn't do any water drops. Normally, a water drop, they're very accurate. If you've ever seen, somehow they're very accurate, very good. And so they take water from the ocean, fly over, put it out. The winds were so strong that the planes couldn't fly. Yeah, it was a perfect storm. The reservoirs, whether they're full or not, doesn't matter. If the power's out, there's no power to pump the water.
So is this the winds? I know it depends where the sparks go after, wherever the wind happens to blow, but
Yeah.
it does it seemed like it's spilling over into other areas besides Pacific Palisades
Yeah,
neighborhood.
I mean, it went into, so I don't know if the Eaton fire, which affected Pasadena and Altadena, I don't know if that started the same way or if the embers flew. I mean, it's kind of far for embers to fly that way. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's probably the same kind of situation where the power lines fell. All it takes is one little spark. Yeah, yeah.
Goodness gracious.
It's very sad. I mean, I know in
That's
yeah, Pacific Palisades, I know they say people are affluent, but there's regular, not affluent people there too. Altadena is basically a working class city, and it's really devastating for everybody. It's not, it doesn't matter. It's your home. Your home is gone, and
homes,
yeah,
businesses, and
yeah.
schools, everything.
Yeah, I feel bad for the kids and their schools. I mean, the schools burned down totally. I don't know where they're going to go, to go to school, and they're not going to see their friends or teachers. It's just a big disruption in their lives.
My
Yeah.
gosh. So yeah, so it's, I mean, they're probably all, where do they go? I mean, there's not even shelters there.
There's
Or
some shelters, and
there
there people go with relatives, or I think some people are staying in hotels. I think some insurance is working out, to find places to house people, and the people of Los Angeles are really coming together and volunteering and donating, um, whatever they can, either giving money to the Red Cross or to the mission. They're bringing food, clothes,
good.
toys, um, so many things. I have a whole sheet of volunteer opportunities. So
That's great.
I'm definitely gonna take part in as many as I can, time permitting, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, because it's you can never have enough help for
That's
something like
true.
this.
That's true. This is catastrophic, really.
Yeah.
Is there any danger of it spreading to other areas like the landmarks and things like that?
So right now there's some containment. There's some containment. There's no guarantees if Mother Nature decides to have 100-mile-an-hour winds again. Someone has to get ahead of that and turn off all the power. The downside of turning off the power, you don't have the pumps to help pump the water, for the hydrants. Also, what was happening in the city right next to me, they shut off the power and people were going into homes and stealing, looting businesses, going into homes, because your cameras are down. And, I just couldn't believe it. It's just, people are just
They
horrible.
take the opportunity of a bad situation.
Yes. Yeah. So now there's signs up in some homes saying, owner home, something like that, or I have, I have weapon, something like, so that people don't just go in
Beware of
there.
dog or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, and some people were incorrect, like wrongfully accused of looting. It was their home, and they were getting their things out, but I guess some people thought that they were looting, and they're like, no, I own this place, and like some guy got arrested, and he wasn't. He was the owner of the house. So I'm like, oh my god, and they put his picture up. I'm like, oh my god, so horrible. But when
Oh,
I
the
saw his
chaos,
picture,
yeah.
I was like, that does not. I was like, that looks like the look of despair in his face looked like they have the wrong guy. And this is my like I just could tell that
Yeah, it was
that
your gut feeling.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The sad thing is, it's already been out of the news and the damage is done and people assume, and and all the stuff that's going on and they're blaming everybody. Doesn't matter. Like I said, no amount of water would have stopped that. There's no way because it just spread so quickly, and so vast. It was so vast. Even if you put out
Yeah,
the fires in this block, 5 of the blocks are burning right now at the same
right.
time. You would have gotten to the same end. It's like that movie, like I forgot what movie it was. You come out with the same ending. I think it was Endgame or something like that.
Yeah,
Avengers. Yeah, you come out with the same ending. There's nothing you could do. The only thing
yeah.
that maybe that we could learn from is maybe prepare in advance
Mhm.
if we know that this is going to happen. I mean, we it happens every year, but this year was just especially bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite catastrophic, and yeah, it's a reminder for people not only that wherever there's wildfires, but any type of disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes,
Hmm.
cyclones, all of those things, to keep an inventory of all your things, maybe photographs of all
Photos,
your
yeah.
stuff, and pack an emergency bag
A
and just keep it
fireproof
on standby.
box too.
A
Like if you're
fireproof,
not
yeah,
home to get it, you it's at least it's fireproof.
for your
Yeah.
important documents,
Mm-hmm.
so that way everything's together and you just grab a hold of it and
Mm-hmm.
take it to safety with you, and because you're gonna need those things
Yeah, at least have
afterwards.
have a copy in your cloud or something. Your
Yeah,
passport.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's a shame that something so devastating has to serve as a hard reminder
Mm-hmm.
for those of us to take care of our things and you know view what's most important.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And I
you know
really
what?
wish all the rumors and the theories and the blaming, I just want that to just stop, and we just need to start anew and just have some a really good plan in place
Yeah,
and just help everybody because I don't know where people are going to go. There's that's a lot of people,
a lot of people.
a
Yeah,
lot.
I think the ones that with resources can figure it out and
Mhm.
can find a place very easily. They
Mhm.
probably have more than one place, but
Who
for
knows?
the
That's what
average
a lot of
person,
people say, but some of them don't. But yeah, but the average person, yes, they don't have
yeah,
resources. Yeah.
for the average, yeah, they don't have the extra resources. They have what they have.
It was all in that house.
It's all in their house, and
Yeah.
maybe a couple of bucks in the bank, and that
Yeah.
bank is gone too. So
Yeah. I asked the question, do you still have to pay a mortgage on a house that burned down, that you can't live in? And you still do. You still have
yeah,
to pay.
still
You would,
owe.
unless you default on the loan. I'm sure it's the same situation with a car that you took out a loan on.
Yeah, what happens is that if you're in an accident and it's totaled, if you don't have gap insurance
Right.
for it, then you owe the balance still.
Right. Yeah. It just depends if it's a brand new car, right? So the car is worth a certain amount when you drive it off, but at a certain point you can get rid of the gap insurance, right?
Yeah,
Cuz it's yeah.
exactly.
But still if it's a brand new car, but if it's not and you're still paying it off, you could still have like
Well,
years of
yeah,
payments.
but that's an example. So I think it's
Yeah.
the same with more, and they might be some kind of a vehicle that will, maybe an insurance, not a vehicle as in a car. I'm talking a vehicle as in um, some kind of a stipulation in a
Legislature or something.
contract
Mhm.
or whatever that can uh, in your contract when you have a mortgage that says, okay, if anything happens, or it might be insurance that has that. They'll pay
Well, yeah.
because they're supposed to pay to bring you back whole again. But there's so many insurance
I don't
companies
know.
here in Florida anyway. A lot of homeowners insurance companies are canceling policies
Yeah, and especially
left and
like
right.
there's no hurricane insurance, right, for you guys, and you guys are in a hurricane prone area.
They're canceling full policies.
Oh, the entire
Not
wow.
not not just the hurricane component, the full policy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And why are they
So
doing that? I mean, I know
because of
why.
hurricanes. Because of
So
hurricanes.
so doesn't that make you default on your mortgage? Like eh,
Well, that's a problem because you have to have homeowners insurance.
right.
The mortgage requires that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a big problem.
So then what are people supposed to do?
Well, the state of Florida has insurance that you can that's like the last
Resort.
resort insurance, but it's something to keep
Wow.
you in compliance. But now there's a lot of people are going having to go with the state insurance,
Yeah.
and
I
it's
mean,
going to be a problem down the line.
right. I mean, think of these people that lived in these homes for 30 years, paid insurance for 30 years, and your house burns down and they cancel you.
Mhm.
It's
Or they refuse
crazy.
the claim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
There's this
difficult.
little, small print, where we don't have to pay you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and of course, it's always when things like that happen, you're devastated, and so you're not fully in your full mind,
Of course. Yeah.
in your best to
Mm-hmm.
be able to argue the
Mm-hmm.
situation. So
Mm-hmm.
it's incredibly stressful
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
to
it is.
try and say, okay, what are when did this happen? That kind of thing. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but
Yeah.
anyway, I hope that those Santa Ana winds calm down and to zero miles an hour,
Yeah, and they get all the fires contained and under
and then get it
control.
contained.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully this week. And I'm thinking about the first responders, the firefighters,
Hmm.
those who have lost their properties, those who have passed as a
Yeah.
result, or who are hurt.
Hmm.
Um, and I
Yeah.
hope I hope they recover. But yeah, it's difficult and it's
It
devastating.
is. It is. I mean, there's people coming firemen coming from Mexico to help,
That's
Canada. I
great.
know some came down from Oregon. So it's just really nice to have all this help.
support.
Yeah, the support. And I'm sure the firefighters that were there, they're exhausted.
Yeah.
They need to recover from that. And so, yeah, I'm just glad that we have, someone coming to help. And the
Yes.
National
Yes.
Guard is here too. So,
So yeah.
mm,
So anyway, Penny, good luck with
thank
that.
you.
And we are going to be getting together in a couple of months.
Yes.
So hopefully LA will still
Yes,
be there
it'll still be
when I
here.
get
Don't worry.
there.
It's huge. It's huge. Don't worry. Whatever, even if, I mean, we'll find a spot. Don't worry.
We'll find a little
Yeah, yeah.
piece of paradise over there.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, it'll still be here for you, just for you.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. All right. So anyway, again, hopefully better news next week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Take it easy.
All
Bye.
right.
Bye.
Bye.